Yo, what's up, everybody? So everybody kind of expresses interest when I talk about Bitcoin stuff, so I just wanted to talk about it right now. So skip this video if you don't give a shit. Anyway, so here's the deal. So right now, Bitcoin is actually at a pretty important point because it's testing a level that it was at previously in early 2021. So right now, this is just an area of high supply and demand. This huge bar right here, that day represents, or this period of time, this is when Tesla announced they bought Bitcoin. So I believe like this was all a solid move, but then all of this mess up here was really just like Tesla and Elon Musk being a dickhead. So this here, it's all really a mess. Like that's the essence of trading, is it's all really a mess and nobody really knows what's going on. So don't listen to headlines. Headlines are stupid. Like literally they're just trying to catch your eye. They're trying to give you something that, you know, you will click on. It's literally clickbait. Like don't listen to it because they're always going to be kind of like messed up. Anyway, back to the video. So right here, we're also looking at like, it's called a pattern called head and shoulders. Normally it's a reversal, so a lot of people are saying this move is the left shoulder, this is the head, that is the right shoulder. So that's going to therefore lead in a decline. So really right now, everybody has every reason to believe that Bitcoin is going down in price. So if everybody believes that, it's so obvious, as we just saw, like it's clear that like Bitcoin is going to go down in price. Like people are trading and they're hedging bets that it will go down because it's so obvious. So therefore it really F's up everything because you don't know. Because if something is so blatant as that, you know, it's like, oh, look at that head and shoulders, it's going to go down to this calculated point. If it's almost the more obvious something is, the less likely you should actually like expect it to play out. Like because like if this actually plays out, like if this head and shoulders really just plays out, then we are looking at like a correction down to like $20,000 area. So I mean, but it's too blatant to me. And another thing I can show you, I'm gonna show this thing called the Bollinger Bands. So what this shows us is just helps us to get an idea of timing. So the closer this top band and this bottom band get to this moving average here, that tends to imply a large move is on the way. For example, back here, every time, look, these Bollinger Bands, look how tight they're getting here. And this always led in this bull market here to a higher move upwards. You know, so every time historically so far since March of 2020 lows, so far each one of these bands, every time it has tightened, it has resulted higher. That trend broke here. So we have every reason to believe that that's going to continue down. But again, the more obvious it is, the more skeptical I become as to whether or not it's actually going to play out, because everybody has access to the data. There are algorithms that are obsessed over trying to make money in this market. So really, this here is just, it looks like it's going down, and the more we zoom in, the more you can tell that it is going, you know, in a downward direction. I'll move it now to like 15-minute candles. I'm going to unhide some of my drawings here, and I'm going to hide the Bollinger Bands. Don't need those anymore. So here, if we zoom in, you can see I've got some drawings here just to help me keep track of really what's kind of going on. And here we are kind of at the bottom of this channel, and it's really looking like it wants to break down. So zooming into the 15-minute here, this is over the past couple hours now we're looking at, the past, you know, several days here. So definitely like looking at these charts, you know, it looks like it's wanting to break down. So as I kind of zoom in here, I can see that these sell-offs do have some increase in volume, which tends to equate, it's good volume. If there is volume, it means that people are selling, which in this case, that's because these candles are red here. So that means that overall the market is trending down. This shaded in orange part here is representing the, sorry about that, is going to represent the average, moving average of volume along the bottom there. So really the only candles I pay attention to are the ones that are sticking above this orange kind of shaded area, because that's really what is going to indicate a more true move. If there's a huge move down on extremely low volume, I won't begin to talk about the implications of that, because that's just too hard to get into. But anyway, so that's just my take on Bitcoin right now, is that I think that Bitcoin is going down, but because it seems so obvious, and because fear is a real thing. I'm not fearful. I don't really give a shit. Sure, I want Bitcoin to go up, but I really, it's whatever. I just like to watch the markets and just see what's going on. So hopefully this was valuable to you, but I hate to say that the answer to your questions as to whether you should buy or you should sell, no, I'm not in a place to say that. All I'm saying is, I think that this has promise, this technology, and because it's such a new technology, really Bitcoin is the household name of the cryptocurrency asset class. People have heard of cryptocurrencies, and then people have heard of Bitcoin, but there's thousands of other altcoins that will take people years to hear about. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Right now, most people are going to look at Bitcoin. So people think that something is going to come along and outpace, or in terms of market cap, is going to push beyond Bitcoin, which I think that will probably happen. I'm not sure how quickly, just because Bitcoin will always have value because of what it is and because of how many people have interacted with it in one way or another. So I think that Bitcoin has value. I think that long term it's a valuable asset to hold. I would maybe begin to say the same thing about things like Ethereum, but then we start talking about altcoins. I call Ethereum an altcoin because it's not Bitcoin. So that's just the way I see it. There are a lot of altcoins out there, and you can really get lost in the sauce, and that's for damn sure. But that's why I just keep it to Bitcoin, because I want people to have exposure to the fact that this isn't something that's going away. It's not something that you should sleep on. So this is the first time I've ever done this video, and I just wanted to do it because I think Bitcoin's at a really important point right now. I think eventually it's going to head back up to 60 to 65,000. At some point I do definitely expect to see all-time highs beyond 65K. I think that Bitcoin is going to be a problem for the world, in a good way, but in a bad way, depending on which side of the coin you're on and how things shake out. So lots of thoughts there to be thought, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it up there. Right now, price of Bitcoin is 32,622. We'll see what happens next. It's 4:02 p.m. here in beautiful California. Thanks for watching, and if this was valuable, genuinely, please let me know, because I spoke quickly and I covered a lot of things. So seriously, I could talk for hours about anything. I went to school for financial planning, so I love teaching people, but giving people financial advice is something that I learned I wasn't comfortable with. So now I just like to teach people and be a sounding board for people to learn. So if this was valuable, just because I have to say, like and comment and subscribe and do everything, because if it was valuable, then you and so many other people can learn through this. And how are they going to do that? An algorithm. Biatch! Let's go.